Breaking news. No, joking, I'm playing with you. I don't usually make these type of videos, but I thought it'd be necessary for this occasion. You might see more along the lines on the horizon, but I wanted to make a video basically on the news coming out as of recently regarding an Ocarina of Time Switch 2 remake and a new Star Fox game this summer. This is an article written by Tom Phillips from IGN. The person that has basically broke out this news is Nate the Hate. Nate the Hate is someone who has a credible reputation in the bank when it comes to Nintendo news regarding consoles, upcoming titles and games. From another article that I read, he was reluctant to announce it back in January, but it seems to be that there's more materialization as of right now. In his podcast, he said that a new Star Fox game will be announced in April, which has been intended as a surprise reveal following the character's just confirmed appearance in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Listen, when that was announced, I had my suspicions. I was like, why is Fox McCloud randomly featured on the Mario Galaxy film? Obviously, you can say that it's synonymous with Mario Galaxy being a sci-fi world. Star Fox, Fox McCloud also being sci-fi, them coming together as a collaboration. Cool, but it felt like there was more in terms of the marketing and the intention behind the announcement. We don't know much as of yet. Obviously, it's been announced that he'll feature in the film. The point is that I've noticed when it comes to Nintendo and film, their strategy when it comes to announcing games is that they would have a character feature on the film, make an announcement about it, possibly test the waters to see how the younger audience would engage towards that character, and release the game being like, hey, you saw the film, now this is the game that comes with it. Obviously, with the first Mario film, Donkey Kong was featured on it. Shout out to my uncle who actually mentioned that as well. I'm gonna steal that idea from him. Donkey Kong was featured on the first film, and the second film, Fox McCloud. So it would make sense if there's a Star Fox game on the horizon to test the waters and see how the younger audience would react in terms of him being featured on the film. Now, the game will apparently launch later in 2026 and include an online multiplayer, that sounds really exciting. You know, the prospect of that. I always thought Star Fox was a game that could always go beyond what was presented. You know, with the Wii U. The Wii U was the last time we had a Star Fox game, and it's been a while. I'm very surprised to see the reappearance of it. Perhaps Nintendo are trying to revive the franchise. They're trying to see what else they could do with the capabilities of the Switch 2, and also online multiplayer evolving over the years and being one of the biggest genres in gaming. You know, a lot of people play games online, so it makes sense for them to go down that pipeline. Another interesting point of this article I wanted to mention about was Nate the Hate talking about the second half of 2026 going to receive an Ocarina of Time remake for the Switch 2. It was something he was a bit hesitant about in January because he didn't think it'd be something they do. He hasn't heard much details about the game, but he reckons it might be akin to a Demon Souls, or maybe a remake that's free to explore design choices. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, mainly because Ocarina of Time already has a remaster. I think the iteration of it on the 3DS is probably the best version we can get in terms of a modern version of the game. I think a remake of a different Zelda game would have been a lot more feasible, and I think it would have been probably better for celebrating the 40th anniversary. I don't know, like a Link to the Past remake, or maybe a Zelda 2. Perhaps it's too niche. Maybe Ocarina of Time is a game that they know that they would sell instantly because it's the mainline title, it's the first 3D Zelda game, and it's held at a very high regard. It's one of my favorite Zelda games, let's not get it twisted. But is a remake of Ocarina of Time necessary? I don't think so. I think something fresh would be a lot better. You know, I've heard there's rumors that, you know, with Nintendo developing the next Zelda game, they're going to reuse the Tears of the Kingdom engine. Obviously, games take longer to develop nowadays due to high fidelity and other stuff, other logistical reasons and purposes, but I just don't think an Ocarina of Time remake is necessary. Simply because we have the 3DS version. Something new, something fresh would be a lot more better. I know Zelda fans are deprived from just having something new since Tears of the Kingdom. It's very weird how Tears of the Kingdom is going through that cycle where people kind of feel like it's an overrated game, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Besides that though, that's really about it. Obviously there was some additional stuff in this article, but really it's a good talking point to have because it's been a while since we've had like a heavy hitter first party title from Nintendo with the Switch 2 since Donkey Kong Bonanza. I do think that it's exciting with the prospect of Star Fox and Zelda potentially coming out on the Switch 2, but it kind of just feels like it's 1998 again with the Nintendo 64. Like, do we really need an Ocarina of Time remake or Star Fox, a new Star Fox game? I think that roughly covers everything about this video, and also the information on this article regarding Star Fox and Zelda Ocarina of Time remake. There's some additional stuff like GTA 6 potentially being, you know, released on the Switch 2. I saw a rumor of that, but we'll see where that goes. I don't really believe it personally. But to wrap up this video though, my final thoughts on Ocarina of Time remake. Again, I just don't know if it's the right call. I don't know if it's necessary. I think it would be better if Nintendo tried something different, tried something fresh. However, from a business point of view, I can understand why they would choose to pursue this option. But we'll see along the way. Obviously, there hasn't been a Nintendo Direct, even though there's been countless rumors about a Direct coming out in February and this and that. But you just have to wait. Obviously, you got the Mario Galaxy film coming up, and the Zelda movie as well next year, due around May next year, which makes sense for a big title to come out at the end of the year. Again, I don't know my thoughts on the live action Zelda movie, but that will probably be a video for another day that I would love to talk about on the channel. But yeah, that about wraps it in terms of this information. Let me know what you guys think about in the comments. If you don't know who I am, I'm SoloCast. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. But yeah, very interesting times ahead in terms of the prospect of what's to come for the Switch 2. I feel like we haven't seen much of what the console can offer. I did feel like maybe the end of 2025, 2026, 2027, you will see, the value of it will make sense. But as for now, that's about it. I'll see you guys later on the next one. See you later. Peace.